Wetlands are an underappreciated ecosystem. They provide many resources that we take for granted.
People have become a
Even with
lot
the
more
benefits
aware
provided
of
by
the value of
wetlands,
wetlands, and so we
these
have all these
ecosystems are one
individual
of the
groups,
most
and so
threatened
we have
in the world.
stakeholders who are trying to protect the wetlands. They coastal wetlands will provide like a nursery habitat, so they'll support other lots of other organisms, invertebrates and fish, help recycle nutrients, and so they do a bunch of like ecological functions, processes. But the second type of importance, the second thing that they do is they provide a lot of what we call ecosystem services. These are functions or processes or goods that people find useful. Rushes out to the river and we have this big flood. And so those are the ecosystem services. Besides people, people they like to see them, they like to recreate in them,
Okay.
you know, bird watching, things like that.
So why have wetlands seemingly disappeared in the past 50 years?
Yeah.
Seen that in areas that have wetlands, there's actually protection from those waves. So the hotels or the areas behind them don't experience as much storm damage.
They're often in the way of what people want to do. So they want to have agriculture there, or they want to have shopping malls or houses or something. And because they're spread throughout the landscape, as we've developed the landscape, the wetlands have just been in the way. Um,
As we've lost our wetlands, we've lost a lot of the species we like. California halibut, I use as an example, or even our oyster species. Those used to be harvested and they were a thriving economy around those. And as we've lost wetlands, we've lost those wetland obligate species as well. So now we have much better protection. There's no longer laws that encourage the conversion of wetlands. In fact, with the passage of the Clean Water Act and the Waters of the US rule, we now have a mandate for no net wetland loss. So on one policy side, we've done much better about protecting them. Here in California, we have a very strong coastal commission, which also puts in place rules that really protect both our access to the coast as well as those habitats. And then the other tool in the toolbox is restoration. So we've learned a lot about how to bring back the animals and plants that help wetlands function better. People have become much more aware of how important they are, both ecologically and for humans. And that's been an effort of years of education and research to just let people know.
so one is the laws and policies. That the laws started with the Clean Water Act, so they've been on the books for 50 years, but really in the last few decades we've gotten a lot more serious about protecting wetlands, and also there have been state and national policies for no net loss of wetlands.
Wetlands are an underappreciated ecosystem. They provide many resources that we take for granted. The protection and restoration of wetlands are paramount to these ecosystems and ourselves. In the past 150 years, more than 60% of California's wetlands have been lost to human activity. The result of these losses has left many negative repercussions.